Have you ever met someone who changed your life without you even realizing it? Let me ask you something. How many times have you looked back at a moment in your life and thought, that's when everything shifted? But here's the thing that shifted. It wasn't random. It wasn't just you figuring things out. Sometimes, Allah places people in your path not with flashing signs or dramatic rescues, but quietly, subtly, in ways you only recognize after the dust settles. Maybe it was a friend who told you the hard truth when you were too stubborn to listen, or someone who showed up for you without you even asking, just when you were on the verge of breaking. These people don't come for fame, for romance, or even for gratitude. They come because Allah sent them to guide you, to steady you, to remind you that you're not alone in your struggles. So how do you recognize them? Here are 5 signs that someone in your life might be one of those chosen people placed there by Allah Himself. 1. They tell you the truth even when it hurts. Let's be real. Most of us don't actually want advice. We want someone to nod and say, yeah, you're right. But then there's that person, the one who doesn't sugarcoat, doesn't flatter, and says, this isn't right for you, even when it's the last thing you want to hear. At first, you might push them away. You might think, who are they to judge? But later, you realize they weren't judging, they were protecting you. In a world full of people who'll watch you walk into fire just to avoid an awkward conversation, someone who speaks the truth for the sake of Allah is a rare mercy. Allah says in Surah Al-Isra, by time, indeed, mankind is in loss except for those who believe, do righteous deeds, and advise one another to truth and patience. Quran 103:1-3. Notice how truth and patience are tied together, because hearing the truth requires patience, and so does delivering it. That person who risked your anger to steer you, right? They might have been sent to save you from a mistake you didn't even see coming. 2. They show up without you asking. Ever been so low that you didn't even have the strength to ask for help? And then, out of nowhere, someone reaches out a text, a small favor, just being there when you needed silence more than speeches. You wonder, how did they know? Here's the secret. They didn't, but Allah did. Sometimes, Allah sends people not to fix everything for you, but to remind you, you're not forgotten. The Prophet, alayhi salam, said, whoever relieves a believer's hardship in this world, Allah will relieve his hardship on the Day of Judgment. Muslim. That person who stepped in at just the right moment, they weren't just being nice. They were answering a call you never even voiced. 3. Their presence brings you peace, not just excitement. The world often glorifies fleeting thrills, the rush of new connections, the high of constant stimulation. But the people Allah truly sends into your life don't leave you restless. They leave you whole. Their presence isn't about dizzying highs and crushing lows, it's about stillness, a quiet strength that anchors you. With them, you don't feel the need to perform or pretend. You feel safe. Their company doesn't distract you from Allah. It returns you to Him. Without preaching, their sincerity softens your heart, making worship easier, patience deeper, and gratitude more natural. Allah says in the Quran, and among His signs is that He created for you from yourselves mates that you may find tranquility in them. 30-21. Tranquility, not chaos, not drama, not emotional roller coasters. Just sakina, a divine calm that settles your soul. So when someone enters your life and, effortlessly, makes your salah sweeter, your trust in Allah stronger, and your heart lighter, that's not random. That's Qadr mercy, written for you before you even knew to ask. 4. They make you reflect without saying a word. Some individuals inspire change not through speeches but through their very being. Their character speaks louder than words, silently urging others towards self-improvement. They are not flawless, yet their humility, steadfastness, and quiet commitment to goodness stir something within those around them. Their influence doesn't come from guilt or pressure, but from the quiet realization of what is possible when one lives with sincerity and integrity. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ exemplified this truth. The Quran describes him as possessing a great moral character, 68-4, and his life was a testament to the power of actions over words. He transformed hearts not through forceful lectures, but through patience, compassion, and unwavering principle. His mere presence was a lesson, his conduct a guide. In our own lives, we may encounter such people, those whose way of living becomes a mirror, reflecting our own shortcomings and potential. They do not condemn, but illuminate, showing us who we could be if we strive with sincerity. These individuals are a subtle mercy, placed in our path not to shame us, but to awaken us. Their silence speaks volumes, reminding us that true change begins within. 5. You might be the one Allah sent. Life has a way of making us search for signs, waiting for someone to guide us, inspire us, or pull us out of hardship. But what if, while we're looking for answers in others, we are the answer to someone else's prayer? You may never realize it, but your kindness could have been the light that pulled someone from despair. Your patience in difficulty might have taught another person resilience. Your faith during your own struggles could have given someone else the strength to keep going. And the most humbling part, you may never know. People often heal in silence, carrying lessons from you without saying a word. The Prophet ﷺ, the most beloved people to Allah are those who are most beneficial to others. Al-Tabarani. This means the smallest acts of goodness, your smile, your honesty, your willingness to listen, could be the very mercy Allah placed in another person's life. So while you wait for the one who will guide you, ask yourself, who have I been for others? Because you might not be searching for a sign, you might be the sign someone else is praying for. Final reflection. Allah answers our du'as in ways we don't always recognize. Sometimes, the guidance we beg for comes in the form of a person we might have overlooked, because we expected something louder, grander. But the truth? The most transformative people are often the quietest. They don't seek credit. They just show up right when you needed them most. So look around. Who has been that for you? And who might you be that for? With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.